I'm coming from non-European country, from Turkey, I have much more difficulties studying in Netherlands, such as tuition fees much more than the Europeans, which they pay less than the Turkish people. Also, I need to work a lot during my study times to get my rent fee, for example, or to pay my tuition fee. So then I feel we are not equal with the international students. All Europeans and non-Europeans are not same. Also, I feel that international students are having lessons in English, and for example, Dutch students are having in Dutch, and we all need to do the same assignments. And for them, it's much easier to do in Dutch. It's their main language. Of course, they spend less time, and for us, we spend extra time because we need to give much more effort to think about the other languages. So I feel that some things are not really equal.
In regard of international education or internationalization, I have to say the Netherlands, or at least Codarts, but I think it's Netherlands is doing very good. Classical music or music in general is a very international language, and it's that's the point of bringing people from different backgrounds to make music together and connect. The musicians, classical music musician, either you work on an orchestra or choir or as a soloist, you have to move now in Europe. It's very difficult to make your own career only in one country. I met a lot of fellow students that do concerts in Spain, in France, in the Netherlands, in Germany, on a regular basis, while being a student. And the school is not getting in the way of that. It's not like, oh no, you cannot be there at that moment because you're busy elsewhere. It's very flexible to let the student develop. And I think it's very good.
I think as a student, one of the most important things is communication and language. And of course, students also need to take responsibility for knowing the language of the country they are going to. But also, I noticed that not all professors have the same level or a good proficiency level of English, which can also make communication really difficult and therefore make the international students, probably a little bit more separated from the rest because they are not fully integrated into the whole process of communication and into the group.
I do have one thing that I'm really concerned about, which is related to the culture, because I feel like for our international students, when we come to another country, sometimes we don't really have much knowledge about that country, maybe in terms of history or language. It would be really helpful if I can have like some extra support or to give me some good resources, like to help me quickly get the main things like culture related or people related or something like that before or even maybe at the beginning of my study, and that might be really like ease my way to adapt into the environment, everything, because I feel like then I can have like more topics that I can pick up with my students, which might be really helpful.